Hey, welcome to Geek News Live. This is our 27th episode. Thank you for joining us, and our last two casts have done really well, so we want to say thank you to everybody who listened and watched. We want to thank Mike for joining us again today. We got Philip, Dan, and Max.
Hello. Hi. Oh, I just want to say, is Joe P still with us?
I don't know if he's in here yet, but he's going to be. He's RSVP'd.
He RSVP'd? All right, well, before Joe gets here, Joe P's back, or he's coming back. Hopefully he comes in here so I don't sound like an asshole. But Joe P, welcome back.
Which we will. If you want to send any comments, questions, whatever, please feel free to do so. We will address them on our cast. So let's just get right into it. Where to start? Let's start with the cheesiest story that we have in front of us, which is Robert Englund is going to be in Lake Placid versus Anaconda on the Sci-Fi Network.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. I'm saving Spider-Man and Iron Man for later in this cast, if you're listening. So, but yeah, that sounds about right. Anybody have any comments on this? Freddy Krueger?
Is there anything else to say?
He needs to play Freddy Krueger, so that way he can fight the other two.
Yes! He needs to be Freddy Krueger.
Or it would be good if he was like some Freddy Krueger amalgam, like they couldn't get the rights to Freddy Krueger, but he's like a cheap knockoff
Frank
of
Killer.
himself.
Eddie Krueger.
Or they do a My Name is Bruce kind of thing where he is playing Robert Englund and he has to go in there as Robert Englund to fight these snakes and
he ends
alligators.
up like being able to haunt teenagers' nightmares and fucking slash them open and kill them and shit.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That could work.
Speaking of Bruce Campbell, nice segue. Ash versus the Evil Dead. We have somewhat of a synopsis. Bruce Campbell, in a recent interview, said that the show will take place something like this. Ash is suffering from PTSD after the events of Army of Darkness. He fucking hates the dead. He wants them all to go away. But apparently he's had encounters with them throughout the time. Like, he hasn't just been secluded. But he is now secluded in a trailer park. Shit goes down. The police blame him. They come out to arrest him. He ends up teaming up with the lady cop and a few other people, and they go cross country. The show is planned for 5 years. Bruce Campbell says, I know you're not supposed to talk bad about the competition. This show is better than The fucking Walking Dead. His exact words.
But,
so
he's Bruce Campbell, and it's his show, so
exactly.
kind of expected.
But he's friends with all those Walking Dead guys. I think Michael Rooker was with him when he did the interview. He did it at one of the cons, so he's probably just messing with his buddies. But yeah, what do you guys think of this? Isn't this awesome? We're gonna get, if it does well, 5 years of more Ash. Mike?
Yeah, it'd be cool. It needs to get past one season for me to really get into the idea of a 5-year commitment. But I'm all for seeing what they have in the old bag of tricks. It should be fun and interesting. And yeah, hopefully he's not PTSD all the time, and he finally emerges as badass Ash. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I definitely think that'll add at least. It makes me think it could go a little bit longer because I figured it'd be more like a sitcom if they go full on Army of Darkness Ash. So it sounds like they're going to try and balance it. And so maybe that'll be the intriguing part, and maybe I don't know, maybe Zombieland with that kind of tone line of seriousness but also humor. So we'll have to see.
I think we're getting more Evil Dead 2 than Army of Darkness, which I'm okay with. But yeah, to go with what you said, Mike, the old PTSD. Ash hates being the one who has to save the day anyways. The PTSD could just feed into that a little bit more. Max, Dan, your guys' thoughts?
I think the tagline for the show should be, the only thing he hates more than the dead is the living. Yeah, no, it sounds good. We'll see. Yeah, again, I'm going to have to see how it goes to see if it's worth 5 years. But I like that they're planning it to only be so long. Like, that's really good, I think. Like, it's rare where you find, somebody who's like, okay, it's going to be this long, this is the story we need to tell, and then it's going to fucking end. Not like, how long can we milk this cow? Like, I'm really glad hopefully they stick to it, even if it's really good. Hopefully they stick to the 5-year plan. I'm really glad that there's a story. They got obviously a good whole worked out plan, in motion already.
And plus, that's the best way to, all these fans that you've been teasing for years of Army of Darkness 2 and Evil Dead 4 that's never come. now you're promising them that if it does well, they're going to get this amount of time, and that's a nice way to say we're sorry for leading you on for so long. But Dan, your
If
thoughts?
it does well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's on Stars. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to do exceptionally well.
Yeah.
It just has to do good.
It's got to be better than season
If
2
we can get,
or
like-
3 and 4 of Spartacus.
Yeah, if
That's
we can get
all you
Spartacus
need.
numbers, we're good.
Yeah, I'll watch it. If it's anything like the movies, I'll buy the Blu-rays.
Awesome. Yeah, Lando Calrissian is rumored to be back in Star Wars Episode 8. And last week we discussed some Episode 7 rumors. And if those rumors are true, he comes back, because of what happens at the end of the movie. I could see it, but it's still a rumor. Lando has, Billy D has been trying to get back involved with this franchise. He's popping up on Rebels. Like, dude wants you to get paid, okay? So, Max, your thoughts on Billy D?
Hey, man, does anyone else want a refreshing Colt 45? I sure do.
Dan?
Well, I mean, they can pay him back for never being Two-Face and just let him have something.
Yeah, they did kind of totally rip him off on that. You're right. That was
going to be cool.
Yeah, I saw him at OhioCon like 5 or 6 years ago, and he's like, the only reason I did those frickin' Batman movies is they promised me I would be Two-Face in the 3rd movie. So they finally bring in Two-Face, and they fire me.
Yep.
So,
Would have been better than Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes, a phoned-in Tommy Lee Jones. Your thoughts, Mike, on Lando gracing our screens again?
You said this is for episode 8?
Episode 8 is that. That's the rumor.
Okay, I can see that because it sounds from the shape of things there's going to be some big things happening in 7. I just want him to start wearing Han Solo's clothes the way he did at the end of Empire Strikes Back. Like, did anyone else notice that? That automatically he's in Han Solo's like vest and shirt and stuff like that?
No, that's like if you're gonna pilot the Millennium Falcon, you have to wear that uniform. It's like the captain.
Well, I say now he does it out of true honor to his friend if what we've heard about the rumors are true.
Yeah. If he has his like same blaster gun and everything too, that'd be cool. Like,
I want his sidekick with the headset to come back.
Or
Yeah.
you
You guys
guys
remember him?
clothes, either way.
dude, yeah, that guy has like mobile Wi-Fi and stuff. Everyone's on their phones and stuff. It's like that walks by.
Philip?
Yeah, I actually agree with you, Mike. That sidekick was awesome. We'll have to see. I mean, I definitely think it makes a lot of sense, and it could probably work for both sides. So it'll be fun. I mean, he was definitely an interesting character. He wasn't awful. He was definitely entertaining.
Would you say he was awful in Rebels? I hated that episode.
No, I said he wasn't awful.
Oh.
Rebels?
Oh, guys, save the anticipation for your Rebels review tomorrow night.
He was terrible.
You like that plug? That was nice. So
Very
yeah,
subtle.
if you're just joining us, I noticed we have some viewers popping in. Just please send any comments or questions. We'd be glad to discuss it with you. And Joe, welcome back. So yeah, let's get into it now. Drew Goddard is rumored to be scripting the new Spectacular Spider-Man and also directing. The new Spider-Man is also rumored to feature Iron Man, which goes with the Marvel and Sony press release where the characters from the Marvel U would pop up, and then the Sinister Six. Drew Goddard helped co-write the awesome Cabin in the Woods,
Yeah.
and he's working on the new Daredevil show. And whether I don't know your feelings on Cloverfield. I wasn't a big fan of World War Z, which everybody will get into. So, he's got that one really awesome movie that he did with Joss Whedon. So, I mean, it's hard to tell which one was the brains behind that. But, I mean, your guys' thoughts, Max?
Joss Whedon was the brains, obviously. You heard about Joss Whedon 3 weeks after that came out. You heard about this guy, yesterday when they announced that he was doing this stuff. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna. At least he was there. Maybe he, picked up some good stuff from Joss Whedon. Maybe, like he collected some Joss Whedon sweat or something like that, and he drinks it every night before he goes to sleep and hopes that it makes him a better person. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. All we can do is hope for the best.
Dan?
What a glowing recommendation. At least he was there.
According to Whedon, the two of them wrote it in a hotel room over a weekend. The Cabin in the Woods. So
yeah.
So basically, Whedon yelled at him the whole time. He just wrote it down.
I couldn't see Whedon yelling.
I'm sorry, Josh. Could you slow down, please? I'm sorry.
It's genius. I can't slow down.
Dan?
Yeah, you take away the Joss Whedon movie, and he's got a really crappy track record. I don't think this bodes well.
Mike?
I mean, from what I've heard about the Daredevil stuff, it sounds like it's going to be pretty tight. So, I mean, if he brings his quality to Spider-Man that he brings to Daredevil, if what we hear about Daredevil is true, then cool, fine, I'm all for it. I've been surprised by directors for these franchises before. Like, honestly, I really didn't think, even though it is kind of the weakest, or deemed the weakest of the Marvel films, The Incredible Hulk, I didn't think Louis Leterrier was a great choice for it, but it actually turned out to be a fun movie at least. So
The Ed Norton one, right?
yeah, the Ed Norton one. As long as it's fun. And yeah, it sounds like they're going to be tying it into Avengers, like Spider-Man may be auditioning for the Avengers or something like that along those lines. So who knows? I just want to hear a casting call at this point.
Yeah. Philip?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I just noticed that he actually has written for quite a few television shows, J.J. Abrams and Joss Whedon, Buffy, Angel, Alias, and Lost. And he's actually been critically acclaimed, so he can write decently when he wants to. The question is going to be whether or not he can produce something that'll be holistically interesting. So again, I think it has the opportunity. He was originally scripted to write Sinister Six, so we'll have to see.
All right.
Sorry. Okay, well, was he the guy on Lost who came up with the idea for them to not actually be lost and still call the show Lost? Because once you leave somewhere and you come back, you're not lost.
But their souls were lost.
Whatever, man. No. I'm sorry. I hate that show.
I love that show. It's my favorite
You
show
would love that show.
of all time.
You know what else sucks? You know what else sucks? Every other show you mentioned.
Oh,
Philip.
No, dude. I'm gonna... Oh.
Haters gonna hate.
Jesus, man.
I'm sorry.
Jesus, man.
That guy wrote two of my favorite shows, like Buffy and Lost.
Yeah, you like bad shows. We get it. That's fine.
Whatever, man. Me and a bunch of other people. Dan, go ahead. Take him outside. That's the fun of doing the cast in the room.
You get to beat up Max every week.
Right.
Harrison Ford has teamed up with the director of Prisoners for Blade Runner 2. It will be produced by Ridley Scott. I'm not going to lie, I have not seen Blade Runner. But I know this is big news, and I'm going to let everybody else discuss it. I plan on seeing Blade Runner. It's one of those things where it got to the point where I hadn't seen it, and now I want to see it in the theater because I want to just experience it the way of the theater. But anyway, you guys, Blade Runner?
Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies. It is my opinion that it does not need a sequel. And not having Ridley Scott do it, I don't know.
They were Ridley Scott's track record lately.
Yeah, but I mean, he did come out with some awesome films, including Blade Runner. But yeah, I mean, I'll watch it even if it's shit.
Wait, is Ridley Scott the good Scott? What else did Ridley Scott direct?
Alien.
Yeah.
Alien. Is that it?
Blade Runner.
Gladiator.
Yeah, so he's the good Scott.
Yeah.
The bad Scott died.
Tony Scott.
Right?
Dude, Tony Scott's awesome.
What?
Tony Scott's the man. Whatever. Tony Scott's the man.
Tony Scott. No, dude, terrible movies. I remember there's one good Scott and one bad Scott. And then the bad one died, so I was like, yes, awesome.
The evil twins.
I mean, it was whatever. They're both filmmakers and one of them sucked. Oh, yeah,
Joe P!
Yeah, Joe. All right, Joe P says
Blade Runner is the shit.
Blade
Joe.
Runner is the shit, but I'm not sure they should be doing another one. So Joe P agrees with Dan.
Thank you.
I am actually in Jason's same boat over here where I haven't seen Blade Runner. So I shouldn't actually be talking about it.
Max and I are ashamed we haven't seen it.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
Mike, your thoughts on this news?
I'm kind of in the same camp as Dan, where it's like, honestly, I wanted to kind of stand on its own and not have a sequel. I wasn't really asking for a follow-up to it. I enjoy the movie just on its own. It has plenty of questions that are left unanswered, and honestly, a lot of good sci-fi comes from not answering all the questions. So I really don't see the need for it. I mean, if Harrison Ford's back on for the sequel, that kind of explains one little question we've all had about his character. Live past the expiration date, essentially. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if they have to do it, I at least hope it's good. But honestly, it'll just feel like kind of a tacked on thing to the original idea, which was a great kind of sci-fi art house film. And I kind of feel like it was better off just standing on its own. But whatever. I'm not the studio, so they obviously want to do it.
Philip?
Yeah, so I kind of agree with Mike and Dan. I've seen it. I really enjoy the movie. It definitely is a thinking movie. It's not a movie you can just go in and just enjoy. And I think that's why it wasn't really successful when it first came out. Not to mention, I think it was the same year it was competing with everything else that was trying to compete with E.T. But really what I think is I think a sequel could be interesting in the universe, but I don't know if I care about his character because I kind of like the way the movie ended and keep that separate, and then they could go into another story in that universe, maybe not on Earth, maybe somewhere else. That could be more interesting to me. But it sounds like with Harrison Ford coming back, that's not happening.
You know what interests me about this as somebody who hasn't seen it? And Harrison Ford coming back and doing Star Wars Episode 7, and now he's doing Blade Runner 2. It seems like for years Harrison Ford tried to distance himself from all this sci-fi and a lot of the fan service. And it seems like now at the end of his career, he's kind of doing his victory lap. He seems to be doing it. We'll see how Star Wars is, and then we'll judge Blade Runner. But hopefully it means a good thing. It means he's doing it because he wants to give his fans what they've always wanted, which is a lot of fans have wanted a sequel to Blade Runner. So.
Or he just
I'm waiting.
His recent movies
Yeah.
suck.
I'm waiting for his autobiography, I Am Han Solo, just like I Am Spock.
Yeah.
Joe, I have your question. I'm going to wait for Max to come back because he will have
Go on a rant.
Yeah, he'll have fun ranting about this. The one nerd who doesn't like Buffy and Angel is outside moving his car right now, so he'll be back in a second. Dean Cain and Helen Slater are confirmed to have joined the cast of Supergirl, the television series. If you don't know, Dean Cain played Superman in Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, and Helen Slater played Supergirl in the Supergirl movie from the 80s that was part of the Christopher Reeves universe. I had the privilege of kind of seeing Dean Cain interact and talking to him a little bit at Comic-Con a few years ago. Dude's nice. He's up there with Jason David Frank. You know, he knows that this is his career, that this is what he's known for, and he's really humble about it. So, yeah.
Have you read Joe's comment yet?
Now I was waiting for you.
Okay.
Mike, your thoughts on this?
I like Dean Cain just fine. I enjoyed him on Lois and Clark and so forth. But with regards to Helen Slater, I haven't seen much of her stuff. I know she also voiced Talia on Batman the Animated Series and stuff like that, so she's got a good pedigree where it comes to DC Comics stuff. I think also Callista Flockhart was cast on Supergirl too. She's supposed to be Cat Grant.
Yeah, I think I saw that too.
So there you go. Yeah, another connection to Harrison Ford. Maybe Harrison Ford will show up as elderly Perry White. So who knows? But fine. I mean, like I said, I need to see like footage and a trailer to get really jazzed about the project.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm in less of a. I don't know. We'll have to see. Is really where I'm sitting at because I'm not big into the Supergirl franchise until I see where they're going to go with it. I mean, not only that, but it's also going to be on network television. So what can they do? What are they going to show off? We'll have to see.
As long as it's better than that NBC Wonder Woman pilot.
I don't think I ever saw that.
Oh, good. Elizabeth Hurley's playing like the villainess.
I haven't seen that either.
I haven't either.
Elizabeth Hurley's in it. It sounds all right.
Jackson Dan.
Bewitched. Or not Bewitched.
All right. Yeah, I'm not a huge Superman fan, and I like Supergirl even less. So this show's got to really wow me for me to watch it. I'm gonna be reaching for this one. But Dean Cain's getting work. Awesome. He seems like a good guy. You know. The other chick who played Supergirl in the like old school Supergirl, I guess good for her too. Yeah, she's kind of been off my radar. I didn't realize she was the voice of Talia on the animated series. So I mean, hey, yeah, no, I'm good. She's working. Awesome.
She also played Clark's mom on Smallville. Not
Smallville's
Mock
terrible.
Kent, but his Kryptonian mom.
His Kryptonian mom.
Awesome.
Yeah, Smallville is the worst.
Dan.
Just don't like anything, do you?
I like Batman the Animated Series
He likes one thing.
so far. I mean, everything else is just bullshit.
Dan.
I mean, to me, it sounds like they're putting a lead anchor on this whole project with these people, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, no, they cast the old Flash's dad in the Flash. So as long as they get something that works, it's small,
It's like
because
a
they already
Geek.
know that they can't act. So
Yeah, well, it's
And they brought Mark Hamill back as the same character.
Yeah,
from
as a
Flash
trickster.
series. Maybe Dean Cain's back as Superman.
but Mark Hamill can almost act.
And then Max, you want to read Joe's?
yeah, Joe P wanted to report that Jared Leto has not succumbed to an unfortunate accident and has cut his hair and beard for the role. Joe P, yeah, I spent some time in the bathroom myself, you know, just praying to the porcelain gods that Jared Leto would, have. I mean, it's not completely outside the realm of possibility that he has a massive coronary before they get too far into it. And right, that's not.
Honestly, I thought it
Huh?
would have been kind of cool if he kept the beard and long hair. We've never seen a green bearded Joker yet.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird if he was like a fucking Hell's Angel, like cracked out.
Or if they do it like Cesar Romero from the old TV series and just paint over it, like it's obviously
Yeah.
there, but it's just white.
Yeah, it's just a crazy. Oh, that would be just so terrible. Good God.
I'm actually for that.
Philip, any comments on Jared Leto?
We'll see. No, other than hilarious, Max.
Last little bit of news: Sarah Michelle Gellar has joined her husband on Rebels for the second season.
Who's she married to?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Um,
How terrible is that? Are they procreated? That's
Yeah,
god awful.
Yeah.
They have kids.
Oh.
Anybody have any comments on this?
Sarah Michelle Gellar was in Buffy, so Max is gonna hate it.
Well, I mean, what has she done other than Buffy though?
She did that Crazy One show with Robin Williams last year. She did something about being a hooker, I'm guessing. She was in the Scooby-Doo movies. The Grudge, the American Grudge.
Yeah, I guess she's been working.
Yeah.
But no, she's not. I mean, whatever. It's voice acting on a mediocre show. So I mean, hey.
Don't give away everything. You're reviewing it tomorrow.
I've already said it. This is not news.
Anyway, world of video game news. Philip, what you got for us?
So surprisingly, a bunch of games came out this week, as well as a little bit of good news for Xbox 360 owners. You can actually reserve Xbox One games from your Xbox 360 console. So basically, what that is like the games with gold, free games that you get. You can reserve those games however often you want. So say like this month is Rayman Legends from your console on the 360. You can actually reserve the game. Whether or not you're going to get an Xbox One doesn't matter as long as you have your gold subscription. So I think that's kind of a cool advantage. So let's see. What came out this week? Scream Ride came out for Xbox One and 360 today. That game's a lot of fun. I've actually played the demo. I haven't played the full version yet, but It's essentially a roller coaster type game where you do a simulation one where you can actually try and stay on the track and try and beat other people's high scores. You have another one where it's destruction mode, and you're just trying to destroy a city with your roller coaster, which is hilarious because it actually has people in it. But they managed to get out and swim afterwards. That's how they kept, I think, their E rating. And then you also have engineer mode, which is actually kind of interesting. You're basically required to complete a roller coaster and kind of figure out how to get from point A to point B. But otherwise, I mean, it definitely is an intriguing game if you like kind of the destructive nature of Burnout. It kind of feels that edge a little bit. Otherwise, it's kind of a good time waster. I think it's $20 or $30, so it's kind of worth it. The Ollie Ollie sequel came out for all the Sony platforms. That's a skateboarding type game, two-dimensional, which from what I've seen, and the reviews are actually coming in really, really good, like 8s and 9s for it. So it's a good game. I think it came out today. Resident Evil Revelation 2 Episode 2 came out. I don't think I'm going to announce every episode because they're going to release every episode, I think the next 2 episodes over the next three weeks, basically. So episode 3 comes out next week and 4 comes out the following. And that's how they're releasing their full game. Again, that one, basically, they said they added upon to episode 1. The co-op play is much better now. So that's what they said they fixed from episode 1 to 2. Otherwise, it's kind of the great same atmospherics. The single player, they still say, is still kind of wonky in that Resident Evil way of the control scheme because they kind of went back. So you have to kind of get used to that. Helldivers came out for all Sony platforms today. That's actually an interesting game. I'm kind of jealous that I don't own a Sony platform. But basically what that is it's a, I almost want to say it's like a top-down shooter kind of game. And what you're actually trying to do in the game is you're actually landing on planets and you're trying to take back the universe from 3 evil alien races. One's bugs. It's basically, I think, Starship Troopers meets, I can't even think of a great, like, it's almost like, I don't know, it's too serious, though.
Like
but
StarCraft?
basically kind of like, sort of, but I mean, it's I'm trying to go movie reference because it's really like the destruction of like D-Day from like Saving Private Ryan. Like when you're getting on the beach, that's how you end up on these worlds. Like it's worse than Starship Troopers because they kind of give you, a little bit to build up to it. But in the game itself, like friendly fire is on. You play co-op, and they say it's hilarious. If you watch people that are inexperienced, you should just watch these games on like Twitch or YouTube because you will just watch people just kill each other. Like instantly, and they'll lose within 15 seconds because the drop ship that's supposed to pick you up, if you're in the wrong zone, will kill you instantly and you lose the mission. If you're trying to drop turrets and you're not paying attention where it's supposed to land, it can land on you and kill you. The turret, while it's targeting an alien, if you're not paying attention and run in front of it, it'll shoot you.
You just convinced me to buy this, man.
So it looks awesome. And then Ollie Ollie finally came out for the Wii U and 3DS. The reason why I want to mention this is because it's Nintendo's first foray into cross-buy. So basically, if you buy it on the Wii U or if you buy it on the 3DS, you get it for both platforms. And you'll be able to play, your game saves go across. Sony's been doing this for a little while with their Vita and PS3 and PS4. So that's kind of cool for Nintendo owners. And the last bit I have is Mad Max, the video game, finally has a release date, which I'm excited for. I'm hoping it's the open world or apocalyptic type game I want, but that's September 1st of this year.
It's actually going to be more like Crazy Taxi.
I hope not. That would be awful.
I have a video game question, Philip.
Go ahead.
I think you know what it is.
Oh my god. Okay, I have the demo. I have yet to play it.
I hate you. I absolutely hate you. You're just the worst. People have been raving to hear about this game from you, and you refuse to play it. It's smack in the face of the fans, Philip.
Dragon Egg Inquisition for those that are questioning.
Think about Joe P.
Max comic books?
No real comic book news, but the new Dragon Ball Z trailer dropped. It's 100% Japanese with no subtitles, but it looks pretty badass. It's going to actually follow in the continuity of the last Dragon Ball Z movie, Battle of the Gods. So it looks pretty good. Frieza's back, so because it's Dragon Ball Z, so just gotta recycle everybody. But it looks like you're. I was happy at Battle of the Gods just because it was everything I needed in Dragon Ball Z in like an hour and a half, and there's no flying to somewhere for like 8 years. But that's all the news I got. It's going to be out in Japan on April 18th, so we'll see how quickly it comes over to America from there. I mean, it's probably 45 seconds of transcoding, and hardcore hard subtitling, before they get it on the internet. But you don't want to do that, people. Don't illegally get things off the internet. Buy them like responsible adults.
That being said, please like, comment, and share our videos. Also, go to iTunes, type in Geek News, and please subscribe, leave us a comment. It helps a lot, so we greatly appreciate all of the support. Please check out Mike at youtube.com/Mike McGTV. It's right there on the bottom of his screen, which I have pulled up for you guys. Also, please check out VGMX at both locations on Hard Road and Smoky Road in the Columbus, Powell area. You mentioned us, you get a 20% discount at either location.
I was in the Hard Road location today. It's very pleasant, and the employees are all helpful.
Yep. Yeah, so please like, comment, and subscribe. And we appreciate everybody who listens to us. Joe, you've been a fan since the beginning, and we will be sending Philip a t-shirt to pass on to you, so be ready for that in the next 2
Congratulations,
weeks.
Joe. You are the winner. You won the Three Geeks Network Only Fan T-shirt contest.
That's not true. Guys said we were better than Nerdist last week.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he was the only fan for the longest time.
That is true. And just so you know, we will be changing the name of our Facebook page, so if it changes, don't freak out, because Geek News is now just one of many podcasts. But, mentioning Max and Philip will be doing a review of Rebels tomorrow, and also there will be a Batman Animated Series Season 1 review posted to our channel at some point tomorrow. So, join Max for the one television show he likes. And we will see you next time. Good night.